All right. I'm going to tell you a story, but the first thing I would understand is time doesn't work the way you think it does. You know my Oracle? Because I'm the one that's talking to you. Welcome to the call. Now, where are the things I need? The five unavoidable challenges, or the five stations of initiation in sorcery. Humility is the name of the Dawn Station. The student must learn to be like water, flowing in the face of pressure when others would stand firm and shatter. The Zenith Station is called tutelage, as the name suggests, involves gaining wisdom from a mentor figure or other outside source. The Twilight Station is journey, and is the most flexible or open of the quest. Pessimists might even call it vague, but therein lies part of the lesson's journey. It is very old, but often hard to learn lesson that the journey can be more important than the destination, and there is all the world around us, even as our mind has turned ahead to our goals. The Night Station is called Fear. It is generally regarded as the most straightforward of the five quests, but it is certainly not the easiest to resolve. In it, the initiate must confront one of her darkest fears, mastering it. Uh, for some, this is a simple matter of learning to cope with spiders or heights. For others, more deeply ingrained or complex fears. I had to get over my thing about spiders. I still have a thing about heights, but I haven't really had the option of trying to work through that. Not really. The name of the Eclipse Station is Choice. Sorcerers must have the skill to decide between two options in a split second, as during the summoning. They must also be ready and able to sacrifice one desired option when it serves another. Okay, so in a previous game where I ran the game, I had basically a character from a previous game had been a Fomori Akashic, an Akashic mage that had been made into a Fomori by Pentex. Now, me and my friends were watching a bunch of Naruto, and I'd gotten my friend to play this game by basically telling him, look, I'll make Gaara for you. Because I have a very, very specific plot use that I can do with him. And he's like, you can actually make Gaara. Yes, actually. Gaara is, believe it or not, an incredibly easy character to make. He's an Akashic brother who is a Fomori. He is a literal mage of a martial arts style with, well, a demon bound to him. A Bane of sufficient power is effectively a demon. So he had like one of the most powerful Bane spirits ever bound to him. Like ever. 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 I don't think technically Shukaku's supposed to be a Bane spirit, but like for the purposes of the game, that's what it would have worked like. So effectively I'm pretty sure Shukaku's a primordial. But which would actually make this even more not inappropriate. So basically, what happens when you become a mage with that's a Fomori, anytime you use your Arete, your Awakened Magic, you gain Paradox. You gain 1 point of Paradox no matter what. So, at a certain point during the game, this dude who basically, like, almost used none of his supernatural powers. Like, he almost used none of them. Like, he basically did. Basically, he had the ability to do a lot of Nimpo Gaara stuff with the Sand Gourd and stuff as Fomori investments. So basically, he could just like, you know, and I think I also gave him like a really big talisman for the gourd that would let him basically do a lot of like his ninja stuff without incurring paradox because he only incurs paradox on this one specific circumstance. So when he finally found out that Pentex screwed him bad, Like, Pentex screwed him. Pentex screwed him. He's like, all right, I know what I'm going to do. Forced sleep technique. And he just went and, like, went with Shukaku. So, like, Pentex headquarters after Pentex headquarters. One after another. Just go there. Forced sleep technique. Let Shukaku loose. Shukaku goes boom. He gets 1 point of paradox. And they move along. On the 20th one, where they go to New York, to the main headquarters of Pentex, they basically unleash Shukaku one last time. And it basically, the unleashed paradox, basically with Shukaku, creates a copy of Manhattan. And basically all the supernaturals on Manhattan get taken back to the Grand Experiment from Exalted, from like the first book where they talk about the Grand Experiment, and they see this is what happens in something called the World of Darkness. What happened there? What is this? And one of the people who would have been a hunter in this situation if they'd stayed in like that age, I had become an Exalted. And so what happened was his character was based on House, like literally, actually. He was based on I believe his name's Gregory House. And he was a forensic diagnostician, not forensic, he was a diagnostician. And he worked at a hospital. And basically, I ran him through, like, during the time that essentially New York was traveling back in time and slash going through like the entire city freaking out because like the sky started changing colors and there are like supernatural things everywhere, like everywhere. Like this kicked out all the Sabbat. This freaked out all of the Chantries. This freak like there was everything there because it's New York. There was like a Hengoyake small contingent in addition to the werewolves in Central Park. Central Park turned into a wild zone. It was nuts. But where this brings into the initiation is he went through, as part of his character creation process, honestly, that initiation process. And essentially, he basically had to make a choice of, okay, things are changing completely. I don't know why, but I've just gone through a bunch of stuff. I need to burn my medical degree. And so basically he sacrificed his medical degree for his first circle of sorcery. Because let's face it, he didn't lose any of the knowledge. He can't unlearn that stuff. His accreditation, let's face it, it ain't worth anything there. Like, it's possible that the hospital will still keep going, but maybe people will just want to go back to their houses and like, or try to get back to where they live if they lived outside of the city, which a lot of people did. Like, it's possible this hospital is going to turn into a freaking apartment complex. I don't know what's going to happen. So, he made, in the moment, what might have seemed illogical, but a very not illogical choice. I burned this. This effectively seals the deal in terms of my first sorcery initiation. I think actually that one sealed his necromancy initiation because he initiated both for first circle in both. All right. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.